But I've been trying to figure out, and I'd like your help on this, trying to figure out these sort of little emotional hacks, how to get people into spaces and feeling something when they're in these virtual environments. And it was right after the election, both John McCain and Barack Obama mentioned the term reconciliation in their speeches. I was definitely moved at that time because I was an Obama fan and celebrated quite a bit when he was elected, but I definitely remembered very distinctly the last two elections where I'd been on the other side of the equation and how utterly devastated I was in thinking about the country and my relationship to the country. And I was like, holy shit, like there's a lot of people that feel that right now. So I asked originally people from the winning majority to send messages of reconciliation to the Republicans. And it turned into a love fest on both sides. So we had these families that started submitting stuff, really beautiful little things. And then a conservative blog picked it up. All of a sudden, I started getting hate mail, the kind of hate mail I'd never experienced before. So what I did was I actually created an origami template out of all the hate mail and called it Angrigami, and encouraged people to make something beautiful out of the hate that was coming in to me. And, right? And it was really, really, really touching until it came to this. Somebody that was taking the intent, and I will say a little bit of a snarky, clever option on my part. Angrigami, oh, little, you know, and he just like nailed it. He just, you know, really, really co-opted the emotional urgency of it.
I mean, it seems like in a way in the last 9 or 10 years, you've gotten away from, you know, the we'll design, you know, we'll make Flash for hire, you know, I'll help you out with your website. Into more kind of projects that you direct and you come up with, but how have you figured out how to make a living at that?
I mean, like, the truth is that I really had to bootstrap it for a number of years. So in the beginning, after this How to Dance Properly video, which was awesome, like just the being exposed to the bizarre stuff that happens around like a viral kind of thing, I was just like sold. I was like, this is what I want to do, and I had no idea how to do it. So I just threw all my time at it and was making money by like making, you know, web banners, you know, static JPEGs. You know, the notion of like cobbling together a career out of this kind of stuff, I mean, it's totally doable. It's just a matter of, I think, being a little bit focused. And that's actually something that I struggle with quite a bit. Because, I mean, there's a sort of marketable side to almost anything that you do. But you really do have to treat it kind of rigorously and almost mathematically. And I've been less good and better at that at different times.
You had this phase of your career where it was very much, you know, bootstrapping it. You know, you were responsible for, you know, whatever money came in every month, and then you went over to this Hollywood side where, you know, you get script development deals and advance payments and things like that. Can you talk about just kind of the merits of both of those worlds?
I know that for me, the thing that kept me looking into the traditional world was that regardless of you know, how broken a lot of the model is and how awful some of the people that are involved in it are, you know, they're really talented. And they know how to make things and get things done effectively that look really beautiful. And there's a lot of like, you know, passion and working together. And as someone who's spent so much time working basically alone and, you know, sometimes communicating with 1 or 2 people on a daily basis about the stuff, it was just had a real allure. So there was something about the community of it that kept me going. In the position that I'm in now, you know, the online world is just such an amazing place, and it's gone so far and has supported me for so long that, yeah, there's a part of me that is like feels like returning home. You know, like that I am like, you know, this is the place where all this incredible energy is right now. And yeah, I think it's getting better at supporting people.
What would you be focusing on learning right now as kind of a new technology and emerging area if you were a designer?
I would learn how to code. there's two sides to it. On the mechanics side, so the functional tool set that I think is going to be the most valuable is understanding code. And just it's as a way of thinking, algorithmic thinking. On the social side, to think the most broadly about human interaction. I mean, there's the manipulative sort of the dynamic side of manipulating social interactions, and then there's also the part which is what does it mean to be alive? The wonderful kind of like the big questions of what makes life worth living. And that, I'm sure that's like such a disappointing answer. Because, sorry,
I think the audience wants to know like Python or Ruby on,
right.
Ruby on
Dreamweaver is the future, obviously.